and they had their Halloween thing. You know, these kids are between, I don't know, 3 and like 10.
That's a
or whatever.
magical
So it's
time.
all
Halloween
dressed
for
up
kids
in
that
outfits.
age.
The
They
parents are
love
all
it.
dressed up, and so everyone was dressed up,
All right.
including the parents. And so one of the parents is like, "Are you getting dressed up?" And I go, "Yeah, I already am. I'm dressed up as a pedophile."
Oh
And-
my God. And you said
So
this
I
at
think
an
it's
elementary school.
I thought it was really fun.
It's funny if it was a skit on Saturday Night Live. Not so funny in real life
parents.
at a real elementary school when you don't
So,
even have kids at the
needless-
elementary school.
Needless,
Think about
needless
that
to
context.
say, it wasn't. Yeah, but they all know me there because they see me around.
And now
Right.
you'll be on
Yeah,
posters
yeah.
everywhere.
So, do you think that like that's a sign of my moral depravity that my brain says stuff like that, or because I think should I curtail that humor part? It really wasn't received that well.
Look, I'm gonna give you a take here. Number one, we all have that depravity in our heads and we think it, but we don't say it. So yes, I would think in my head, that's a pretty funny line. And then my brain would say to my mouth, but don't say it out loud. And I would go, okay, brain, I won't. And I'll laugh to myself and chuckle, and then I'll say something else. You don't have that blocker. Yours comes right out. And so, yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem.
It's got to be really funny to make
Wait,
pedophilia.
that is funny.
work.
That's really funny.
It is funny, but again, not in the context. It is disturbing to parents of 4-year-olds to hear that from person who were you smoking a joint at the time? Were you lighting something up and then saying that? Were you in your ice cream truck? Did you bring your ice cream truck that day?
Yeah.
What if you had said a school shooter? Would that have been cool?
No.
Okay, well
Oh, like
that's
the way.
that's basically the same shit. You're
Oh my
you're on a
God.
very similar
he
level.
has standards. Yeah.
Okay,
See,
that's
does
an
does that bring it to
interesting way of-
light?
That's an interesting way of looking at it.
The image that a parent has of someone shooting up their kid's school is really awful.
One
your
is
way out of
funnier
it.
than the other.
Yet one is funnier than I'm not. Again, in my head, yes. At an SNL sketch, yes, one is funnier than the other. Not on school grounds.
SNL is not doing a pedophile trick or treat skit though. That's
They're not, but it would be funny. And
Remember
you could
that-
see it being
remember that-
done in some sort of way.
Remember that whole Louis C.K. bit?
which
Yes.
one?
Pedophile.
Yeah.
Yes, and that was a very funny bit. It's very edgy, but a very funny bit. But again, he got away with it because he's a comic on stage to an audience who knows his brand of humor.
Here it comes.
You,
To Omar,
are a
the world
grown
is
man.
a stage.
yes, you
Right?
are a grown man without kids coming to an elementary school telling people you're a pedophile for Halloween.
Was the principal there when you said it?
No, principal was not there, and I mean, you guys are giving me a complex now about my rapier wit. I mean,
Don't
yeah,
use the
we're not
word
cool.
rapier. That's a bad. Yeah, that's not what you want to use. Don't use words. Don't use that word either.
You're like that guy from Arrested Development, where everything you say
Yeah.
is, yeah. You can't-